Hey guys, just sort of got a bit of time to kill, so thought we might even press ahead and follow on from the Tasmania Cup race itself preview I did the other day, just with a full meeting preview. As you can see, it's 10:37 on a Saturday night, so not too much else going on in my life currently. So 9 races on the card, beginning at 6:52. As I said, I've already sort of done the Cup to death, so I'll give that a miss. And if you just go through this, by the time I pop up a replay and have a quick chat about each race, we're probably talking 2.5 to 3 minutes each race, so we're going to get close to 30 minutes, so I might crack into it. So in the first, you see Tabcorp put up markets on the Saturday night. For transparency, I'll sort of give any bets I've actually had. I've actually had a small bet on Crafty Boy. Don't think there's, I think he's probably in about his right price now. Put him up at $12, so wasn't too much extra there. So the race itself, you've probably got the top three, and then 8 and 9. Thomas Burns coming out takes a bit of the top end pressure out of the race, and Tarleton Riley's probably the other one. The form itself, Lip Breeder, like he's bolted in his 3 Tasmanian runs prior. Just have a go there. He won 7.5, 11 metres, 7 metres, and then got beaten 9.1 metres by Coolwater Paddy. And that's obviously the form race to take into account. So, like Resurgent Storm, he's a good, honest horse. He does have gate speed. He caught 3 deep the trip last time, so total forgive, but it was benchmark 51 to 59, and sort of Lip Breed, I think it was a 61 to 69 race. Yeah, so that chased home Coolwater Paddy in. So I'm sort of deferring to the form from the higher graded race. Castor Troy, both his last 2 wins have been exceptional. Bless him, I've been on him both times, but obviously this is a bit tougher, but draws well. Sport, she returned with a good win over a mile in an easier grade. Also has very good gate speed, so I'm guessing Resurgent Storm will hold up. So just with the speed from the inside 3, it makes it tough for the 4, 5 and 6, or probably likely have to go back. And so I think we can pretty much narrow it down to chances with 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, and Tarleton Riley's actually probably the blowout in the race if it gets run to suit. But we might just go and have a look at the Coolwater Paddy race replay. And I'll just mute that. So, and Crafty Boy, we'll just point them out here. So you've got Lip Breeder drawn 5, Crafty Boy outside him in 6 here. You've got Coolwater Paddy right behind the mobile. So as you can see, Lip Breeder's well. Actually, sorry, here's Coolwater Paddy here. I don't know what I'm talking about, and Tarleton Riley. So if we just go through them here, so we've got Lip Breeder in the death, Coolwater Paddy comes round. We've got Tarleton Riley here and Crafty Boy last. So obviously you can see spotting, just put method in the madness as to why I've had something on Crafty Boy. You can see he's sort of 25 metres behind these 2 here. And you can see obviously Coolwater Paddy's just bolting, and Lip Breeder's got the cold sit on him. And here's Tarleton Riley and Crafty Boy here. And Jack Craft's in the race here as well tomorrow night. So, but you can see Lip Breeder, even though he gets beaten easily by Coolwater Paddy, he still beats the rest of you by 15 metres. So time's almost identical between what Lip Breeder ran his last half in and what the others ran it in. So we just watch here, Tarleton Riley into 3rd, and you'll see Crafty Boy out wide into fourth late. So we'll just look at the speed map for this race. As I mentioned, I expect the 1 to lead. Crafty Boy should drive up and sit leaders back. Lip Breeder will probably be 1 by 2. So, and I imagine it probably goes around mid-race. So, as far as starting prices go, I expect Lip Breeder to probably even start shorter than the 250. Crafty Boy start about that. If Talent Rider gets out any $34 is worth a couple of bucks. And if you're taking multiples, I'd probably just play 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, and 11. The second, the Oaks, pretty average, truth be told. The Spanish Dance beat Missin Rock and Tilly Max in last week. Actually did more work than any of them and beat them comprehensively, so not giving much away with the price. Missin Rock definitely went better than Tilly Max, but conversely here, Tilly Max is going to get the dream run, and Missin Rock a bit tougher from the draw, so I'd probably go 1, 2, 6, and 4's trialled okay for the next, but looks a total watch-on race. The Derby itself, actually I was amazed Beat City didn't open favourite. Like his past couple of runs, he third in the South Australian Derby behind Mac Day and up close. Even this Ballarat road, like we're talking Governor Juge on perfect stride. They started sort of second favourite and fourth favourite in the New South Wales Derby. Miragon, pretty well performed juvenile, and he's run fifth there. Then came out and won by 15 metres. Next thing, the fact I didn't back him when he went up 280 probably helps his cause as well. But just as far as the locals are concerned, we've got Soho Senna, Koana, Kadar and Colby Sands. Kadar's the one who draws to get the best run, but jury's just out a bit on him with me. Like, he went like a busted first up when he returned to Tasmania at Devonport, and then he dead set had the race put on for him at Carrick when a couple sort of went a bit silly early doors. So the 2600 trip worries me a tad. Soho Senna does have good gate speed, but I doubt he crosses Micton Mouse. But just think he's going better than the rest of the locals. So I've actually had a small bet Soho Senna, more place than win, but not overly. Do have Beat City as a clear top pick, but just sort of not a great sort of betting proposition of a race. The fourth, this is the Eric Rees final. 2 heats of this have been conducted over the last 2 weeks. From my perspective, I like the form from the first heat a bit more, which was won by Kavefi Hustler defeating Capitale. I've actually got the sectional breakdown, probably explains it better than anything I can sort of put into words. So you can see last 400 split Kavefi Hustler. She's run her last 400 a second quicker than any other horse in the heat. Capitale did cop mid-race pressure from Willie B and Major Davin, and boxed on, just left a bit of a sitting shot late. So I think they're the two from that heat. Like Deptaway Part, it's been competitive in much better races than this, but it was pretty average when he resumed, if truth be told. So I think they're the two out of that heat. And the other heat, I think I look at the sectionals here, like the last 400 metres in sort of, they've averaged about 33 seconds. I know the track was a little bit slower last week compared to the week before, which is something I neglected to mention in the Tassie Cup preview when I put all those sectional times up, but wasn't that much in it. You can see that Kavefi Hustler, she's run her last 400 in 29.4, I think it was. Yeah, 29.4. And, we're talking like 32 seconds for the other heat. So I haven't actually had a bet in the races yet. But what I'll probably do is I'll probably Dutch bet Capitale and Kavefi Hustler. The one issue with Capitale, he does have good gate speed, but so does Nick's Pick. So imagine if Nick's Pick crosses, a fair chance it does hand up. So yeah, so happy to back both Capitale and Kavefi Hustler. Actually, might just have a quick look at the replay. It says pointless doing this in this format unless I'm showing vision. So she
Yet to be part, 5 into 330. But
she galloped at Burnie the start before, so got made ODM. So just wears white and blue. She is here, a big mare. So you can see Capitale driving through to lead. And you can see here, we're talking about the early pressure, like Will We Kept the Death, Major Davin sort of made a 3-deep move and got posted. And Kavefi Hustle is still last, so I might just watch the last 400 metres here. So here she is last. You can see like 3 wide lines going absolutely nowhere because the horse 3 deep outside them's been there for virtually the duration. Actually pretty fair run if truth be told, Major Davin, but here's Kavefi from last. You know, it's impossible to see any of these others dead till we part, better than Fedder. Outside, just sort of give them a start and a beating. His Capitale virtually looks home here. But you can see her coming down the outside, so yeah, I'll just think at the relevant prices and given the sectional times from the other heat, that's probably the right form line for that race. As I mentioned, the Cup we've already been through. As I mentioned in that preview, the bets I'd had something on Star Chamber, Illegal Immigrant. Also had a few coins on Finn McKee, but I doubt he'll get a run. The 6th, this is the George Johnson for the mares, and oh God, this is a tough race. Lots of differing form lines. You've got huge discrepancies in class between, you've got a 57 rated draw on the pole, and it's actually amazing that a couple of horses got left out considering their grading and recent form, compared to obviously giving horses greater benefit for figure form in 50 grade races as opposed to 75 grade races. But anyway, so still hungover, returns from a Melbourne stint. Draw does her no favours, obviously. The one thing with her is she's probably quicker than she is strong. So it's not, as I mentioned, the draw doesn't help at all. She drew sort of 9-ish or something, have her clearly on top. She did go okay in the Matron Stakes over I think it's on Australia Day, the Matron Stakes. So that was here, 3rd in Hobart, 26th of January. So, but couldn't back her at the price. Lockeye Casey went good, resuming. The one I've actually had something on is My Cash. It was $14 they put up. Didn't have much on at all, but and I'll just show. Also went round against Cool Water Paddy. As you can tell, I'm a bit of a rap for Cool Water Paddy. Keeps sort of reverting to his form. And so she got beaten 64.5 metres. So, but I'll just explain the logic here. She was first up in Tassie.
$18 for My Cash.
So she's here outside. So you can see she's last. So you got Paddy rolling to the front. So she must be. These Theresia's well favoured in the next race. I reckon she's 40 metres off Paddy there. Well, she's still not in the picture here. And there's the. Just waiting for her to make. You see, so she makes a move here. She comes from like 40 metres off cool water paddy, and they went 30.1 and 30.8, these two sectionals. So you can see, well, she's making up a fair bit of ground. So they've broken 61 that 800 metre split, and she must have made up 20 metre. So she's run sort of in the 58s that first half. She's first up in Tassie, so had every right to get tired. Obviously chasing a star. Yep, so she had every right to hit the brick wall. Here's Lockaway Casey, who's in the race. LJ's Mystery in the pink and dark colours here. So LJ's Mystery, she's a good stayer. She doesn't have the best of luck here. Should have finished a bit closer. So Lockaway Casey, she's another one who's probably quicker than she's strong, which was a good run. Yeah, but my cash, as I mentioned, if you've just total forgive for mine that run, you're copying double figures. Yeah, just a tricky race, just something on there. Here, this is virtually the consolation of the Tasmania Cup. And we've got Call Me Hector. He had a bit of a gut buster last time, but he tends to always be driven that way, so I probably wouldn't sort of be too concerned with that. Terese's just pointed out, hit the line well. Finn McKee, I've been on his bandwagon his past couple, do prefer him in stands, but and No Spring Secrets is probably the one, first gun to my head. Hasn't won for a long time. I think it's virtually 2 years, but he's been chasing home, $101 here behind Riley Major, Isaiah, Star Chamber. Smart Little Shard. Might have a quick look at it. So he's here in the pink and blue colours, drawn
here now
10.
for the Hobart Pacing Cup.
So he's there behind. He's got Star Chamber in front of him. Riley Major going to the death. Isaiah in front. Bet the hand up. So you got Riley Major in front. Isaiah second. He's gone to the fence now. 4 back the fence. He's a sit sprinter. So if you just watch him from here, maybe you're chasing the cream of the crop here. Riley Major, Isaiah, Star Chamber. Still a bit of horse left there. Goes back the inside here. Here's Call Me Hector. Out wide. So he's finished sort of virtually level with Call Me Hector, and you're getting about triple the price. Actually, the next start, Hector
And
probably
a good run behind Riley Major, start before that.
Obviously, we've got the same colours here. Second last. Last on the outside now. And he's only got a very short sprint, so you can see he's left exposed a fair way out here, and whilst he sort of looks like winning on the turn, you knew his run was going to sort of peter out a tad. Here's Call Me Hector, Smart Little Shard in the middle. Star Chamber led and ran a 33 lead time, pulled his head off, and not surprisingly got a bit tired late. Here's Chasing Cheetahs, he's also in the race. So if we have a look at the race there, if I just pause it, you've got Smart Little Shard, Chasing Cheetahs, Call Me Hector, and No Spring Secrets. And if we have a look at the betting, you've got Chasing Cheetahs, we pointed out, $5, Smart Little Shard, $3.60, Call Me Hector, $3.80, and you've got being $9 each way, No Spring Secrets. So I think you could do worse there. So won't be getting overly involved in the race. I'll probably just have small bets, Finn McKee, No Spring Secrets. The 8th, this is probably the result bet of the nights so far. So it's up on full tilt at $21. So anything else at any support there? So MJ's Black Chips had a bit of support. You can see full tilt's been 21 to 13. just actually have a quick squeeze at his last run. So you can see he's been starting sort of 50s, 100s his last three, but he's run fourth his last two.
He's give me the night go.
Right, so he wears blue colours. He's not actually in the picture as yet. We'll just point him out where he is to start with. There's his third last on the outside. And you've got the horse in front of him here, Blackjack Hanover. He's actually in the Tasmania Cup final, which is hard to believe. So now he takes off 3 wide. You've got Southern GMP pulling out in front of him. Now it turns into a very fence-dominated race late. So you see he pulls 4 wide now. Remember he was 50-1 this day in a tougher race. There's Blackjack Hanover on his back who qualified for the Tasmania Cup, and we're talking a lowly sort of 50 grade here. So here he is here. You can see he just keeps coming to the line. Very happy to cop $21 about him. Yeah, no, so still actually think 13's a bit of value. I think his right price is sort of $8 to $9 mark. Stylish Trends one have actually been, past couple have actually been okay. Just always prefer him in mile races a tad. So yeah, no, I just think on Full Tilt, very happy to be on there. As I said, like Southern GMP, we pointed out in that replay, was the horse he trailed up 3 wide and had to peel off its back at the 400 because it was taking it nowhere. It's $5 and on Full Tilts, these are Ladbrokes prices, I think into 11, but yeah, I think they got that market wrong. And in the last, can see a bit of a speed war here. You've got Sign of Oro loves to lead. Rosie Sambrosi's also got very good gate speed, so imagine both of them sort of press forward early. The one I'm actually keen on here is Dragon Town, who first up in Tasmania was in a 58 to 64 grade and gets back to 30 to 59 grade here. And the rating was a bit better than it looked. Like,
so they're moving up.
I said, so it's on Soho Centre. So draws outside the back row here, the big fella. So series here, like, he must be, I don't know, 40 metres off Soho Centre. And when he tacks on, he makes a move around them. You see here he is here. So he gets to the death. And obviously that, and he was first up this night. You see like he's dropped off, but he does stick to his guns okay in the straight. He doesn't sort of shirk the task at all. And remember this race on Saturday night's much, much easier. Here's Tarleton Riley that we pointed out there before in the first race. So much, much deeper form race that. So haven't backed him as yet, but definitely will be having something on Dragon Town in the last. So just confirming then what bets I've actually had. So these are bets I've actually had already. So I've had something Crafty Boy, Soho Centre, not sold on both of them. More spec bets in the cup, mainly on price, like $51 Star Chamber and 41 Illegal Immigrant. So the two that forced to tip on the card that I'm keenest on, My Cash in race 6 and On Full Tilt in race 8. I think Mark Yowell's driving both of them. I'll also be Dutch betting Capitali and Kavefi Hustler in race 4. Small bets on Finn McKee and No Spring Secrets race 7. And I said, and I'm warming a bit to Dragon Town in the last, so might even move him up with the other two for the suggested bets. So it's virtually got every race covered. I said race 2 is virtually a non-betting race. So anyway, guys, so not the best betting meeting I've ever seen. I said I've been going sort of 11:02, so anybody who's listened to this, maybe it's not actually did it, I saw it sort of had 100 views for the other things, so there's a few diehards out there who put themselves through the agony of listening to my voice. So anyway, I will wrap it up there. So I might share it tonight on Twitter. I don't use the Facebook machine, but if I do it tonight, I'll sort of reshare it again in the morning, so anybody who wants to have a squiz can. So anyway, guys, we'll leave it there, and until next time, we'll catch you later. Cheers.